Good afternoon and welcome to the Shipyard in Portland, Oregon. Week 6 Simulation Football League action just getting ready to get underway. I am Steven Hacker alongside Josh Zirkle. Down in the stats truck is Art Vandelay and Mark Mello. Back in SFL Studios, Commissioner and producer Cameron Irvine. This Week 6 matchup features the home team Portland Fleet versus the Arizona Scorpions. Both teams come into the game 2-3. Both teams won last week. Josh, do you have any key points for this matchup?
Well, Steven, as you said, it's a couple of underperforming teams coming off big road wins. Arizona took the ball away from Vegas 4 times in the first half last week. Iverson Gamble had 3 of those interceptions, including a pick 6. As the Scorpions cruise just their second win of the season, I'm really going to be watching this Arizona defense. Will they have the same level of sting today against the Portland offense that spent most of their first half getting out of their own way against a winless San Diego Mavericks team? The Fleet quarterback Matt South righted that ship, and he, along with Art Vandelay and Gene Valentine, managed to come about and carry the day for the Fleet. We have a lot to look forward to in this matchup, Steven. I am really going to be watching that Arizona defense, as I said. And can Matt South bring it again against the Scorpions team?
Kickoff just set to get underway. You're watching the Simulation Football League on Twitch. Elsewhere in the SFL, Baltimore has a 7-0 over Vancouver at Vancouver. That game in second quarter action on For the Fan. Kickoff here is underway. Return man fields it 2 yards deep into his own end zone. Makes a spin move up the middle and gets out to the 20-yard line. Arizona today is going to gold bottoms, white tops. Portland is in an orange out. Arizona's uniform set is the Desert Storm.
Very pretty. A lot of stars there on the trim. Very aesthetic.
Arizona is going to be led by quarterback Ashley Jackson, who's under center. Portland in the 4-3 defense. Jackson's going to hand off to DJ Moses. Got room to run off the right side. Going to plow forward and drag a couple of defenders for a 10-yard gain.
And that is bad news for Portland if they're not able to shut down DJ Moses. It doesn't really matter how well Moses is performing over the course of the game. He seems to be a workhorse back. He's going to get 20 carries no matter what. You just saw him get 10 yards on his first pop of the game. Portland's got to do a better job of containing him.
Moses last week, 66 yards on 21 carries and 2 touchdowns. Arizona on their own 31-yard line in the split back shotgun. Jackson takes the snap, moves to the left, fires deep to the left side. Pass is going to be intercepted by Portland. Able to jump in front of the ball. Nice play by the defensive back there.
And you can see Jacob McCall just sort of gave up. This is a deep route, and the protection not quite there. Jackson steps into a defender before she lets that rip, and you could see that was a pretty easy interception there for Portland. Derek Majors on the pick.
Just like that, Portland has the ball here at home. Arizona looked to be aggressive there on their first offensive possession. We'll see how Portland chooses to attack this defense. Able to get Arizona to jump off sides, free play, and the handoff is going to get about 3, so I believe the penalty will be accepted.
Yeah, I think that was Max Knight, number 97, defensive tackle, just a little too eager to start this game, and gave Portland a free 5 yards to start off. Not the way you want to begin your defensive stand on a defense that really has, despite having some leaders, Steven, some more questions than answers. When you look at some of the individual performers contrasted against how they've done as a team, it really boggles my mind. We'll get into this a little bit later about this Arizona defense.
Absolutely. Quarterback Matt South for the Fleet is in the shotgun. Running back Ezekiel Love, sidecar left. Twins to the left. Play action fake. South going to take a deep shot down the left side. Pass is going to be knocked away. Great defense there by Everett Garrison on the left side, the main cornerback for the squad.
And one of the things about this defense, they have a bunch of leaders. Mark Mello, the defensive end, leads the league in TFLs. BJ Loveless leads the team in passes deflected. And, of course, Iverson Gamble, who had that big game last week, leads the team in defensive touchdowns, but yet this team is dead last in scoring defense.
Very interesting. They're able to play that dynamic, but giving up a few points. South checks down to Ezekiel Love, able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Mark Mello on the tackle.
And there was Mark Mello. He has 13 TFLs on the season. And between him and D.D. Sachs, they're getting great penetration over the course of the year. By my math, 12 and a half sacks and 20 tackles for loss on the season so far.
Portland facing their first third down of this ball game. South under center. Arizona in a 4-3 defense. Handoff Ezekiel Love up the middle. Going to try to fight for the first down. Just short. Mello in to help bring down the running back Ezekiel Love.
And Love got a little support there. You don't see the fullback check into the run game too often, but they did it there. Love, again, is another workhorse back. He's going to get a lot of volume regardless of how the team does.
Portland on 4th and 1 on their own 46-yard line. Going to bring out the offensive set. Power I.
I think this
Arizona
is a fake. I think they're trying to jump them off.
Go ahead, Josh.
I think this is a fake. I think they're going to try and make Arizona jump off sides if they can.
Yeah. Already had the penalty early in this game, maybe trying to capitalize there. And there you see timeout by Matt South. Good call there, Josh. So it will be a 4th and 1. And, Portland on that drive couldn't quite capitalize on the interception. But, a good punt and good coverage here can set their defense up to be in another good a good position if they play good defense.
And that was one of the things that haunted Portland last week against San Diego. San Diego was really mastering the hidden yards there, played field position against Portland, and Portland trailed, as I said, in the open, most of the first half against that game, partly because they were in the shadow of their own goalpost whenever they got the ball.
On 30-yard line. Able to get that one away. Pressure was applied. Fair catch made at the Arizona 15-yard line. And so that's where Ashley Jackson and the Scorpions offense is going to get their chance. And Josh, why don't we introduce the Arizona offense here? I've got quarterback Ashley Jackson, running back DJ Moses, wide receivers Donnie Hands, James Hands, Jacob McCall, tight end TJ Punk, tackles Sean Crooked and EJ DeQ. Jackson under center. Weak eye formation, Donnie Hands up at the top of your screen. Portland in a 4-3 defense. Handoff left side Moses, able to gain a yard, met at the line of scrimmage.
And Moses, again, not the 10-yard burst that we saw last time, but you want to get a little variety. You want to see what's going to work. You don't want to go straight back to running up the gut. You want to try a couple other things to see what else is going to work against this Portland front seven.
Flip back. Handoff Moses left side again. This time met in the backfield. Good penetration by the Portland defense. Gary Clem was the one who made the tackle.
And Clem getting in there. You saw that setup, Steven. They had two tight ends on the left side, and Moses had a blocker to boot. And Clem, just to shoot all of that, got penetration through the line and scores himself a TFL to make it a long third down.
Great gap play by Clem, the linebacker. Sets up a 3rd and 11. Ashley Jackson in the shotgun. Fred, wide receiver, said it's a play action fake to Moses. Jackson moves around in the pocket, fires deep down the middle. Another interception. Bob Funk this time gets in front of that one and gives Portland the ball near midfield.
And Funk, you can see, doing nothing special there, just playing center field. And James Hands tries to get in there. Funk beats him to the spot and really just had to hop up and claim the ball that was heading right toward him. Really unfortunate. And I was surprised to see Arizona go to the deep ball earlier after they had the first interception, Steven.
Continuing to show the aggressiveness. Portland on first down, handoff to Ezekiel Love, met at the line of scrimmage. And why don't we introduce the Portland offense now, Josh? It's Matt South at quarterback, Ezekiel Love at running back, John Trusman's the fullback, wide receivers Art Vandelay, John Valentine, Benjamin Warner, tight end Nelson Lozano. These guys have been with Portland for a couple of seasons, Josh.
Yeah, we were talking about the field position, and look at where Portland is right now, starting this drive in plus territory. Great opportunity for them to get points on the board.
Shotgun bunch formation. Out route is caught. Going to set up a 3rd and 4. Everett Garrison there to make the tackle.
And that's the first time I believe that we've seen them go to the out route. And that is usually a staple of any SFL offense. Portland trying to keep it in the bag for as long as they can.
Conservative play, a very high completion percentage. It's a nice play to wrinkle into any offense. South going to fire down the middle to the tight end, and it's going to be knocked away. BJ Lovelace in coverage.
Really curious play there to pass it, not necessarily because of the down and distance, but because of where they are on the field. They're at the 35, so you're on the outside edge of field goal range for David John. And if it's a sack, there's no field goal. If that ball's intercepted, no field goal. And it looks like John's not even going to come out on the field. It looks like they're going to punt it. Makes that call even more curious.
Very, very interesting. Both these teams showing they want to take shots down the field. We'll wonder if they can scale that back and maybe, convert that first down there, because that definitely gets you a field goal position. A nice punt. The returner lets it bounce, and Portland's going to chase it down to the Arizona 11-yard line.
And I wonder if this is a reaction from last week of, as I said, losing the field position battle early against San Diego, going ahead and eschewing the 3 points, go ahead and trying to cough and corner. And that is a good punt, not a great punt, but it certainly puts Arizona in a long field for this drive.
Ashley Jackson alone in the shotgun, 5 wide receivers, 3 to the bottom of the screen. Jackson fires to the left, caught down the sideline. James Hands is going to take this one. Bob Funk's the only one that's got a chance to catch him. Yes, he's going to go 89 yards. What a play by the Scorpions.
Great hands by James Hands, but also great feet. Outstanding catch, and then managed to outrun 2 defenders on his way to the end zone. And how about Ashley Jackson throwing 2 interceptions already and uncorks a beauty down the left sideline. Hands is there. He's got 1 defender to beat. Bob Funk, you got no chance of catching this man. Touchdown, Arizona.
Gotta love, just the short-term memory for Ashley Jackson. Throws the 2 interceptions, but she comes out with full confidence, just forgets about that. Full confidence in the arm, takes the shot, and it leads to pay dirt for the Scorpions.
And that's something we see a lot of with this Arizona offense. We mentioned it with DJ Moses, but also with Ashley Jackson. She's one of a handful of very good SFL quarterbacks that are underwater, or happen to be at least, in terms of touchdown to interception ratio. But that's not going to stop them from throwing, and it certainly didn't stop Ashley Jackson from finding James Hands for a big 6 on that play.
Larry Barr was on the extra point and was up and good. Fireworks here in this first quarter. Just about 7 off the clock. Barr on the field with the ball on the, checks the line, hand in the air. Gonna send this one away. Good kick, gonna be fielded about a yard deep in the end zone. Returner brings it out and is gonna get stopped at the 20-yard line. So what do you think Portland needs to do here, Josh, to get some points in this game?
One of the things that plagued them against San Diego was line protection. Matt South running for his life for most of that first half and a fair amount of the second half as well. And if you're not going to be able to get running lanes for Ezekiel Love, at least keep your quarterback clean, keep Matt South on his feet, help him try and find an open receiver.
Single back formation, South under center. Arizona show and blitz, they back off in coverage. South able to get the pass off, and BJ Lovelace is there to make the tackle.
And Lovelace actually leads the SFL with 10 passes defended. And South going right after him there with that slant. It sets him up for a good 2nd and short here. This is exactly what the play you want to start out with on a drive like this with your team trailing early in the game.
Split backfield. South going to hand off to Love. Makes a move, tried to cut upfield, gets a yard before he's brought down.
Alex Constantine, the guy who does not get himself on the stat sheet so much, as a defensive tackle, he's often just taking up space, creating opportunity for other players in the front 7. He gets himself a tackle there.
Just under 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Matt South in the shotgun play action fake to Love. Catches the ball and 3 yards downfield, able to turn up and get a couple more, and a first down for the Fleet.
And I'm surprised to see the Arizona defense give Love that much room right in the middle of the field. I think even the linebackers were 7 or 8 yards back. They only needed a couple yards. Why give Love all that real estate to make a catch?
It'll be interesting to see if they can tighten that coverage up, keep Love away, unable to make those first downs. But from the Portland 33-yard line, South, a stretch play to the left side. Love met in the backfield, tackled for a loss. BJ Loveless is there to – oh, no, it's Joey Tropicana making the play.
Tropicana, his 36 tackles coming into this game led the team. And I don't know if you saw it, Steven, but Max Knight, 97, the defensive tackle, had himself a pancake of his own, knocking down an offensive lineman on his way to the football.
You got a big defensive lineman that can disrupt the running gaps like that. It really helps your team. Matt South's going to tuck this one and run on second 11. He's going to get 3 yards. Very interesting decision by South there, feeling the pressure. Felt like he just needed to get out of there.
And South is hearing those bodies smashing. He saw the pancake from the last play and getting a little bit antsy out there as defenders are swarming toward him. I think it was a prudent decision to tuck that ball and actually gain positive yardage on the run.
South in the shotgun. Ezekiel Love, sidecar right, trips to the left. Quick drop. South fires underneath, off the hands of the receiver, and it's incomplete, sets up fourth down. Got it. That one for your quarterback, Josh.
And Benjamin Warner, you're a second-year player. Your team needs a first down. You're trying to move the ball. Your quarterback is running for his life and found some pressure there. The Arizona defense did, running that stunt on the left side. Warner, second-year player, he's got to come up with that football. No excuses there.
Birkin, the punter, standing on his own 21-yard line. Field it and gets this one away. Decent hang time. Returner gets this one, brings it out for about a 5-yard gain. And if you're new watching, you're watching the Simulation Football League on Twitch, and you can visit the all-new SFL League website at simulationfl.net for info on how to create a player to join our community, the league, and the teams that play in it. Links to apparel, helmets, comprehensive history of the SFL. It's over 1,400 games, and it's thousands of players who have hit the virtual field. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. Jackson, from her own 31-yard line, trips bunch to her right. Quick drop, hit as she's throwing, and she's going to get sacked, unable to get it away. Good pressure by Portland.
Great pressure, and that was a flare pass designed for Moses. You saw him in the right flat. And Bernard Patterson says, Jackson can't even look off the defenders in time. A host of Portland defenders in that front seven getting it on the sack on Jackson.
Great play. I believe that was Gary Burney, the other defensive lineman in there to make the play. Jackson on second 13 under center, fires the slant routes wide open. Nice move. Brought down at the Arizona 37-yard line.
And that is Jacob McCall, a third-year player, 5'11", 185. And that is really all you need to do at this point. Get yourself into a third and manageable. And now Jackson has the entire offense at her disposal. We could see her throw it or hand it off to Moses here.
1 on third downs thus far in the ball game. They elect to go with the split back. Jackson fires out to the right side. Moses spins upfield, able to shed the tackler and pick up the first down for the Scorpions.
And that was a little more dramatic than it had to be. Moses had green grass in front of him, but could not make the adjustment after catching the football. Staggered a little bit before turning upfield. And as it turns out, managed to shake a defender off and get his team a first down.
7-0. Just under 2 minutes left in the ball game. Handoff to Moses and met behind the line of scrimmage. Bernard Patterson play along with Khalil Thomas.
And that Portland front four coming alive here, understanding the stakes as the first quarter is winding down here. You do not want to give up any more field position than you have to. When the offense does get the ball back, you want to make sure they're in a manageable part of the field,
And on this second 11 in the shotgun are the Scorpions. And the Fleet are in a dime 3-2-6. Ashley Jackson play action fake down the middle. Pass is going to be intercepted. Bob Funk jumps in front of another one. His second interception tonight, Josh.
Yeah, second interception for Funk, but another pressure by the Portland front seven, or should I say the front five. I don't know if we see it on the replay here, but there are only 3 pass rushers in there against Arizona trying to get Ashley Jackson. That means they have 8 defenders in the field. But Bob Funk, he and his 7 other fellow defenders managed to come up with a turnover there. That is Ashley Jackson's third pick of the quarter. And now Portland sitting pretty with a chance to tie this up.
Portland find a way to capitalize on these turnovers. You know, that can be a huge swing for your team if you can capitalize on those freebies given to you by the other team. But instead, they give it right back. Arizona able to pick it off and give their team the ball right back.
That's unbelievable. That's Bernard Smith, the fourth, the rookie. Already had 2 interceptions going into this game. Make it number 3 there. And he's not even sure what's going on yet. Turns around. The ball's coming right to him. After staring for Dandelion, he was on Dandelion patrol there in center field. And then finally finds a wayward pass from Matt Smith, brings it in, and gets Arizona the ball back. It gives Ashley Jackson, a chance to atone for that third pick just one play ago.
Credit Dandelion Patrol. That was great. I love that, Josh. Ashley Jackson throws on shotgun to the left side. James Hands able to make the reception and a first down out to midfield.
And that is not something we've seen out of the. I'm sorry, Steven.
Yeah,
this is not something we've seen out of the offense.
Robert Brower is the defense. Derwin Nuevo, Bernard Patterson, Gary Burney. Linebackers, Mel Davis, Gary Clem, Khalil Thomas. Corners, Chris Stash, Derek Majors, Leo Morris. Safeties, Bob Funk, Shad Allen. First and 10 at midfield. A handoff to Moses goes nowhere.
And Portland again congesting that area. That's Robert Brower, 6'6", 280. Would not want to say a discouraging word to that young man. And he manages to corral Moses for no gain.
27 seconds left here in the first quarter. I formation 3 wide receivers for the Scorpions. Portland was showing blitz. They back off in coverage, and James Hands with the target, able to get 9 yards before he's dragged out of bounds.
And the sidelines seem to be there. Those flats on both sides seem to be there not only for Hands, but for Moses as well. And it makes you wonder why, at this point, they're taking chances, throwing the ball as waywardly as Jackson has been over the middle of the field.
50% on third down, 3rd and 1. So maybe Moses a handoff on a gut play, and he does get the call and the first down. Great positioning by the Scorpions just before the end of the first quarter, where Arizona has a 7 here at the Shipyard in Portland, Oregon. And it was a quarter of turnovers, Josh. I mean, both teams committed quite a few, but Arizona was able to squeak out the 7 points going into the second quarter. What do you think they need to do to finish off this drive, Josh?
Well, I'd like to see them go to Moses a little bit more. Portland is really coming strong with the pass rush. And Ashley Jackson, not managing to do that. And you can see Moses right there getting productive yardage on first down.
Absolutely. Great run by Moses. Sets up a second and short, or a second and intermediate, and definitely allows you, if you want to continue to be aggressive, Josh, you can take that shot down the field, or maybe look underneath. I mean, you can take a shot here if you.
If you're going to take a shot, I would do it right here. You're in field goal range at this point. You don't want to get too hasty, especially when you have a chance to take a 10-point lead.
Jack throws the out route. Receiver throws his hands up, maybe looking for a flag. Donnie Hands target.
And maybe a miscommunication on the route there. Jackson throwing to an empty space. Did not see a Arizona receiver in the immediate vicinity even.
So now a 3rd and 4, maybe look to be a little more conservative. Get the first down if you can, but just don't give it away, because you can bring your field goal kicker out and get the points. See what they do. Jackson in a split back shotgun, 2 receivers to her left. Quick drop, time to throw, fires deep down the middle. Pass is going to be jumped and intercepted. Bob Funk. No, that's not Bob. That was Shad Allen, the strong safety that time, able to get the interception. A nice little return afterwards.
And Allen again sees James Hands and just runs to the point to meet him, and the ball is waiting there for him. Allen managed to get good return on the yardage, but as it stands for Arizona, another interception for Ashley Jackson. It points off the board, I would say, for the Scorpions, and Portland with yet another chance to do something here on offense.
Anderson, South, 3 wide receivers bunched to the left. He's going to take a deep shot down the right side, and he connects! Huge connection down the right side, and Portland's going to walk this one into the end zone. Huge throw by Matt South.
And that is Benjamin Warner after dropping that other pass On the other side of the field, Steven manages to catch that one and take it to the house. An outstanding catch and run. And watch it, Warner just beats the entire defense. And there's two defenders there. Neither one of them takes Warner. And now Warner's gone. Nobody in front of him. He's looking to grab that ball with both hands. There's no way he's going to drop that one.
He wants a touchdown, 74 yards, and he's got it. Fantastic play. And now it's going to be a tie ball game pending the extra point. Portland showing some life here in the second quarter. It's going to be Benjamin Warner's second touchdown on the season. Extra point snap is up and kick is up and good, and we have a tie ball game here in Portland with 10 minutes remaining in this second quarter.
Did not expect this much drama in the first half, Steven. I thought we were going to ease into this.
Yeah, we're not even all the way through the first half. We're just barely getting started here in the second quarter. So, I love the fireworks. I love these kinds of games where, both teams have a little bit of dynamite layered into their playbook. And, sometimes it happens just going off. Matt South already 92 passes. Ashley Jackson 124 passing yards. So both quarterbacks definitely being aggressive here in the ballgame. Returner for Arizona, McCall, gets it out to the 18-yard line where the Scorpions are going to bring their offense back out on the field.
And at what point does Arizona decide that 5 yards of play is okay? The running the out route is okay, instead of chucking the ball down the field and seeing what comes of it?
Well, they've showed that they want to be aggressive, and now that the score is back 0-0, maybe we expect to see the aggressiveness continue. A stretch play to the right side. DJ Moses gets a yard and nothing more.
And that was a brutal hit there by number 52, Mel Davis, a third-year player, 6'2", 245, almost clotheslining Moses into the turf. Portland making a statement on this drive with that hit.
Yeah, one of the leaders of their front seven, the guy that their whole team turns and looks to for direction. 2nd and 9 from the 19. Jackson under center, 3 wide receivers bunch to the right. Quick drop, fires the out route, top of the screen, passes caught, ran out of bounds for a 5-yard gain.
And that is TJ Punk. I believe that's his first catch of the game. And as we said, the flats are there, wide open, and Punk manages to catch and run out of bounds before anybody lays a finger on him. And in this age of COVID, Steven, a very health-conscious decision there by Punk.
It looks like same formation for the Scorpions, flip the opposite way. DJ Moses blown back. Jackson looks to throw, hit as she throws, and the pass jumped in front of, well defended by Portland, starting with the pressure up front.
And that is Gary Clem, the rookie, with the deflection there. Very nearly had Ashley Jackson's 5th interception in his hand, could not bring it in. As it stands, it's a 3-and-out for Arizona, and a terrific stand by Portland. What an answer after scoring the touchdown.
Yeah, it's the 11th possession of this ball game. It's been 3. This will be the 4th punt, and there have been 5 interceptions total, along with the 2 touchdowns. So a lot of action, not necessarily on the scoreboard, but a lot of plays being made out there. Punt is fielded at about the 45, brought down to the 42-yard line, and that's what
I'm sorry, Steven. I won't speak for our SFL viewing audience here on Twitch, but I prefer watching interceptions to watching punts. That's just my personal preference.
Yeah, the great defense and the dynamic plays made. I think I tend to agree with you, Josh. Get a good look there. Mark Mello, defensive end for Scorpion. Portland in the I formation. Love dotting the I. Counter play, left side. Love up the field, gets 4 yards on.
And Love, although he has not had outstanding yardage, he's not ripped off the big run. He has been very serviceable. 5 attempts so far, and he's managed to keep this Arizona defense guessing, if anything else, keeping the pass rush at bay from Matt South.
300 yards coming into the game for Love. Gets the counter play to the right side, makes a move, makes a man miss. Down the sideline, Ezekiel Love's going to have a huge run. Can anybody catch him? No, they don't. 46 yards to the house. Ezekiel Love gives Portland the lead.
And Steven, behold the shiftiness of Ezekiel Love. Did not have a straight line to the sideline. did not have a gaping hole through which to run, but you see him take the handoff here, and everybody just kind of misses him. Great stiff arm there, and now he is off to the races, and it looks like number 42, Parker Thomas, might have a shot to catch him, but can't quite get the angle, and Ezekiel Love gives Portland Fleet their first lead of the game.
Yeah, and the guard pulling there. Joe Clavel able to get out there and give Love a little bit of extra help down on the second and third level. Man, just fantastic play by Portland. Love to see the running game getting going. Set up for the extra point, give Portland a 7-point lead. Good snap, good hold, good kick. 14-7. Portland has the lead at home here at the Shipyard. We got a 2-play 58-yard drive on the 54-yard touchdown run by Zeke Love. Ball is on for the Fleet, ready to kick away to the Scorpion. You're watching the Simulation Football League on Twitch. Elsewhere in Simulation Football League action, it looks like Baltimore's got a 7-3 lead over Vancouver on For the Fans. That game in the third quarter. Return brought out to the 23-yard line of Arizona.
And what do you do here now if you're Arizona? You're playing from behind. The deep ball is not working for you. You're unwilling to take those short to intermediate passes to move the chains. At some point, Arizona has to settle down here. And if nothing else, hold the ball for a sustained drive to keep your defense off the field.
Give your defense a chance to stay in it. Maybe they're looking to start get Portland committing to something. Maybe use that to counter and start running dive plays with DJ Moses. On the first down play, the pass was incomplete on the left side, and it's going to set up a second.
Although to go to that Arizona defense for just a second, since they had that interception of Matt South, Portland has run 3 plays, and 2 of those have been touchdowns.
Now in the shotgun, Jackson changing the play. Portland in a 4-3 defense. Not really applying pressure to the receivers. Out route, and the route was jumped. Great defense by Portland there.
And that is the first time that we've seen Chris Stash, the second-year corner, or anybody really, come up and challenge and take away that out route. And if Arizona is unable to hit those, then they're going to be in trouble trying to find some offense in this game.
Portland only with 3 defensive linemen applying pressure to all the wide receivers. Looks like they're doubling up on the outside. They do apply double pressure, and Jackson's going to hit a receiver on a post route deep down the middle. Portland applied pressure on the outside, and the receiver was able to take advantage of the man single coverage, and a huge gain for Arizona down to the Portland 48-yard line, and they're in the hurry-up offense. Jackson likes what from the defense. Now Portland's going to bring 4-man front. Jackson fires right side. Pass is going to be caught. Donnie hands down the sideline, 48 yards for Arizona.
Unbelievable. But you saw on the hurry-up, Steven, where they went over the middle, and that middle ball was right there, and now you see Ashley Jackson throw it to the right sideline, and Donnie Hands just makes a great one-on-one play against Chris Stash. Stash tries to play the ball, and so does Hands, but Hands actually comes up with it, and he's gone. Touchdown, Arizona.
Yeah, great job, too, by Ashley Jackson, recognizing that they had Portland in a little bit of a mismatch there, called the hurry-up. Portland tried to counter and elected to go with the 4-man front, changed the coverage. Jackson saw the change in the coverage and found her wide open target. Credit given to Ashley Jackson for a phenomenal series of events there.
Extra credit also to Donnie Hands also. Sorry, Steven. Credit to Donnie Hands for winning that matchup against a second-year cornerback. And that's exactly what you hope your receiver does. And Donnie Hands did it.
Larry Barr with the extra point. Good, ties this ball game. Still 7 minutes 50 seconds remaining in this first half. And both these teams competing super aggressive right now, Josh. I mean, it's been a heck of a first half.
We have the Portland Fleet with their nautical theme, and we have the Arizona Scorpions with their Desert Storm uniforms. But this game has been the Air Force. We've been in an air raid for a quarter and a half, and I can't wait to see what's coming up next.
I'll tell you what's coming up next. Those great uniforms You can find those on Sector 6 when Sector 6 is the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League. Visit sector6apparel.com or our website at simulationfl.net for replica team jerseys, completely customized jackets, flags, shirts, and more that help each team stand out from their opponents. Get the gear the fans wear with Sector 6 and the SFL. Matt South on first down. Hits Ezekiel Love in the flats, going to spin upfield for a 4-yard gain. Everett Garrison there to make the tackle.
And credit to Love for making the adjustment to that ball thrown behind him. South a little bit antsy to get this drive going. And Love manages to one-hand it, bring it into his body, and not lose too much inertia on his way upfield.
South now taking a look at the defense. Arizona's in a 4-3. Ezekiel Love, the lone back. Quick drop by South, throws the hot route, and it's going to be knocked away. B.J. Lovelace is there to make the deflection.
And Lovelace, a nice shot. Valentine, we have not seen South going to his, dare I say, very impressive suite of receivers. And I think that's the first time we saw that. And Valentine, unable to come up with that, in large part to the efforts of B.J. Lovelace.
Great. They got a good linebacking duo. Joey Tropicana was in there to help hit the receiver as he was trying to bring in the reception. A little bit different offensive look here. South under center. The running back is split single to the right. 4 wide receiver spread. South going to be hit with pressure. On a third down, takes the sack, and Arizona brought the pressure up the middle and gets rewarded.
And that is D.D. Sachs, who makes an outstanding move on the left tackle. Just watch this bull rush here. Gets the shoulder low. That's exactly what you got to do. And manages to turn South. And did not need to use a great deal of force at all. Just grab the legs and twist it. That's a double leg takedown. And that is a quarterback sack for Arizona.
Anybody's ball game right now. And little plays like that to slowly build momentum to your side makes all the difference. Plus, good field position due to the punt. You're going to get the ball near midfield. No pressure applied by Arizona. Call fields it at the 41-yard line, takes it out to the 44.
And now, Steven, you have about 6.5 minutes left in this game. You are tied up. Your quarterback has thrown a plethora of interceptions this evening. This would not be a bad opportunity to just run it 3 times with DJ Moses and see if you get a chance to reach field goal range and give your team a chance to take the lead.
Jackson's feeling confident coming out in the shotgun. 4 wide receiver spread, Moses sidecar left. Play action fake. Check down to McCall, who's got the reception in 5 yards.
I will say this about Arizona, at least going into this game. They know who they are. They've decided what their identity is going to be, and they've decided that this is going to be their game plan, that they are going to ride or die with Ashley Jackson. And to be honest, I'm impressed with the bullheadedness. I'm very impressed, even more so, with Jackson's ability to deliver that ball after throwing 4 picks in less than a half.
Continuing in the shotgun, Jackson fires over the middle quickly off the hands of the receiver. Well covered and well defended. TJ Punk, the tight end, was the intended target.
And we saw Punk sneak out of bounds for his first catch of the game. Didn't have a chance to do it there. Picking on poor TJ Punk. He didn't want to go over the middle and catch that ball. You could see it. And obviously you saw him not come up with the ball as he took contact when the ball arrived.
Arizona still 50% on third downs. 5 first downs total game. This will be their 29th play of the game. Jackson, quick drop, fires down the right side. Pass tipped up, intended for Jacob McCollum. Bob Funk. Wow, 3 interceptions in the first half, Josh. He's just ball hawking out there.
And really, he should only get a third of this interception because everybody else in the defensive backfield touched it first. There's a tip up there, and then Sean Allen gets a finger on it, and then Bob Funk does the easy part. The ball falls straight into his hands, and that is another interception for this Portland defense. They have come to play today, Steven. Give them credit where it's due. The big question for the defense was field position and takeaways, and I think they've answered both of those questions, at least so far in the first half.
Power I formation for Portland. Handoff to Love. Going to get 1 yard before the host Scorpions were there to make the tackle.
And now Portland seems very content to run the clock and come what may. They don't have great field position here at their own 29, but it's not poor either. And I think they are content to let things settle down a little bit and play the field position game. And with the way their defense has been so far tonight, why not?
Love going to get his 8th carry of the game. He's got room. 8 yards on that carry on 2nd down, and a nice hit delivered by the safety to stop him.
And now I'm really curious to see what Portland does here on 3rd and 1. Love has done a nice job of running the ball, especially between the tackles. And you can see he gets a lead block there and manages to get some great yardage. But the passing game has worked out fairly well for them. They have not had a lot. I think our stats guys have Benjamin Warner as the only contract receiver that has a catch tonight. We'd like to see some of these other guys get involved.
One wide receiver out there for the Fleet, going with 2 tight ends and a stretch play to Love, right side, met in the backfield. Can he break the tackles? Trying to drag the defenders, but no. Wrapped up for a loss by the Scorpion.
And not a fan of that play call going well outside with Love there, especially with the success that they had earlier. And it looks like they will be punting this away, and Arizona's going to get a chance to right their ship, so to speak, with a little more than 4 minutes remaining.
Punt is away. Decent hang time. Returner Jacob McCall fields it at his own 24, gets it out to the 25-yard line. 4 minutes, Josh, and Arizona has not shown any sign of slowing down through the air. They want to keep the pressure on, and it's frankly, Josh, it's a 0-0 ball game as far as the scoreboard is concerned. So I think they're going to continue to take these shots. Ashley's shown that she wants to forget, all the mistakes, trust her arm, and I think they're going to continue to come out firing. From their own 25-yard line, Jackson under center. Quick drop, fires an out route, caught by Donnie for a 5-yard gain.
Here comes the hurry up.
Quickly back up, and same formation. Jackson this time fires left side. DJ Moses out in the flat, spins upfield and gets the first down. Hurrying back up, same formation. Portland's going to be in a 4-3 defense, playing loose coverage on the outside. 1 safety deep. Jackson fires the out route. Donnie hands another 5-yard gain. And we're just going to keep moving along. No huddle. Hurrying back up. Same formation. Oh, nope. The corners are up this time for Portland. A little bit different coverage. Jackson surveying the defense. Just under 4 minutes left in this game. Moses spins upfield, breaks the tackle, gets the first down. Josh, I think they're going to keep going with this, man. They're really liking this look. Same offensive formation.
And it's eliminating the defense's chance to substitute. And remember, their second touchdown came off the hurry-up offense.
And that one, out route thrown to the left side of the field, off the hands of the receiver, almost intercepted. But Jackson, unfazed, continues to like the look. Portland with 1 safety high. 3-step drop. Jackson retreating, throws over the middle post, is caught. James Hands has it down to the Portland 34-yard line.
What an amazing catch. In absolute traffic, too. And give Jackson credit for finding the way to get this ball into a pretty snug window. And you can see Hands get that ball, and the safety just comes down and collapses. And Hands manages to hang on to it. And when your last name is Hands, that's kind of your MO, isn't it?
Yeah, and on second look there on the replay, Ashley Jackson actually moved herself into a position to get hit because it was the best window for her to make the throw to her wide receiver. Great footwork by the quarterback there. Strong eye formation, hands off to Moses, met in the backfield. Great play by the front 7 of Portland. Mel Davis, the one to tackle.
And Arizona's probably thinking right now, this is what happens when we huddle. You give the defense a chance to catch their breath, and they come away with the TFL there. Let's see what they do on 2nd and long.
Split back formation. Quarterback Ashley Jackson under center. Quick drop. Checks it out to DJ Moses in the flats, and he's going to get about 3 yards on the reception.
Positive yardage. Going out to the flats. A lot of things to like about that play. And now you're at a 3rd and 8. And I don't know, based on what we've seen so far in this game, if Arizona considers themselves in field goal range at this point. But if they can avoid a sack here, Arizona will have an opportunity to take the lead, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they will trot the field goal kicker out there if they do get an incompletion here. But it's not. Donnie Hands able to get the reception and just that much closer to the end zone. We'll set up a 4th and 2 short of the first down at Portland 26-yard line, Josh.
And every time Ashley Jackson gets into shotgun at this point of the field, my heart skips a beat, and very nearly took a sack, very nearly had that ball deflected or worse, but they managed positive yardage. They got a chance to take the lead.
And the 2-minute warning here in Portland, Oregon at the Shipyard. You're watching the Simulation Football League on Twitch. Arizona with the ball, tie ball game, 4th down. They're going to trot Larry Barr out for the field goal attempt. It'll be about a 42-yarder for the Scorpions. 2 minutes remaining in this ball game. We'll see if Portland tries to bring pressure. Not much going. Hold was good. Kick is up and good from 42 yards for the Scorpions. And that'll cap off a 10-play, 48-yard drive.
And at this point, if you're Arizona, you got to be feeling great. With all the turnovers that you've had, with all the issues that you've had taking care of the football, your offense just drove down the field in hurry-up fashion to kick the field goal and take the lead with less than 2 minutes remaining in the half. Give your team a chance to get composed and settle in right before the interval.
Elsewhere in the Simulation Football League, Vancouver takes the lead at home against Baltimore. Score now there is now 13-10. Here in Portland, Oregon at the Shipyard, the returner for Portland gets it out to the 26-yard line. Minute 51 remaining in this first half. Portland with 2 timeouts. So a little bit of room to operate there, but I expect them to probably try to target corners and out routes to help them stop the clock as they move down the field, Josh.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see what South does here. 7 for 12 on the day so far. Does have a touchdown, but the interception as well. Looks like he's going to throw it here, Steven.
And the shotgun. Split backfield, 2 receivers to his left. Little half step back for South. Fires left side, out routes caught. Gene Valentine gets his first target. Reception today, Everett Garrison on the tackle.
And it's very nice of Portland to finally get Gene Valentine involved into the game plan. Had 7 catches last week, 111 yards, and 3 touchdowns. So giving him 1 catch before the end of the first half, probably a good idea.
Portland looks really, really calm here. Went back into the huddle. Didn't hurry up. They're just taking their time getting here. Under a minute and a half in this ball game. Valentine again on the out route, this time for a 4-yard gain. Gets out of bounds and stops the clock.
Yeah, you don't need to hurry up here at this point. You're just managing clock at this juncture. And I think South finally getting a chance for Valentine to get involved. Art Vandelay still has no catches, but also no targets. I wonder when Art Vandelay will find himself the recipient of the football.
Shotgun for Portland. Arizona in a 4-3 defense brings a little pressure up the middle. Then there's D.D. Sachs going to get to Matt South.
D.D. Sachs, an absolute beast. Again, that bull rush, this time to the inside of the line. And we are going to see a replay of it. Check this out. This guy, just a rip with the right arm straight up. The offensive tackle, just has no chance of defending that. I think that was Blake Horn on the cover, on the attempt there. But D.D. Sachs gets himself another sack. Very impressive effort there.
4 wide spread for the Fleet. Love offset right in the single back. Looks like Arizona's showing the dime defense. And South fires deep down the middle. Going to be intercepted. Bernard Smith, the 4th, able to jump on that one. And returns it back out to the Portland 48-6-yard line.
And that is Bernard Smith, the second interception of the day. And Sachs, again, getting good penetration on the defense. And what an athletic effort by Smith, jumping in front of that ball, and then has some green grass to run this ball into plus territory. And now it's Arizona, who is looking to maybe extend their 3-point lead with just over a minute remaining in the half.
They have been really, really aggressive here. 3 timeouts, plenty of clock considering good field position. Jackson under center, split backfield, 3 wide receivers. Quick drop, pump fakes, out routes there. Jacob McCall gets a 3-yard gain, but tackled inbound. And so Arizona's going to hurry up now at the Portland 43-yard line. 52 seconds remaining in the half. Quick drop, fires Moses in the flats, spins upfield, breaks the tackle, gets dragged down, and he gets about 4 yards down to the Portland 40. Another
Moses
hurry up.
spinning inside instead of going to the sideline. It keeps the clock running.
Clock running. Jackson having to move quickly. McCall catches it falling down. Now Arizona, after getting the first down, calls the timeout to stop the clock.
And now Arizona at the Portland 35, likely within field goal range, is an opportunity for them to extend their lead. And the calculus changes here a little bit. Now you do want to use some clock. You don't want to take any negative plays, but at the same time, you don't want to turn the ball over either.
Arizona favoring this split backfield 3 wide receiver set. Portland appears to be in the nickel. Jackson throws underneath, passes caught for a short gain of 4 as James Hand's able to get that one.
And Hand's in the middle of the hook zone. We've seen that available to Jackson at other points earlier in this game. And I like the decision. And I also like the chutzpah of Ashley Jackson to keep dropping dimes in the short to intermediate game. Most of her interceptions, if not all of them, I believe, have been on passes 15 yards and longer.
Conservative look here, but they elect to throw out of the power I formation. You got Moses on a screen who spins upfield, gets ahead of his blocker, but gets the first down anyways, and the clock is going to still run under 20 seconds. And the Scorpions are going to line up in the same formation. Portland in a 4-3, bringing pressure. Moses gets the ball, and great pressure by the corner, but Moses evades the tackle and gets out of bounds after a 4-yard gain.
And I was surprised for Jackson to throw there out of the heavy set formation. I thought for sure they would run it up the middle, call a timeout, and then trot out the field goal team. But instead, Jackson fools all of us with that throw to the flat to Moses. And then Moses gets out of bounds, and Arizona still has a timeout, but it looks like they're going to go ahead and kick it now, Steven.
Yeah, I don't blame them there. Many things can happen. Going into the half, you got ball to start the game, so you'll take the 6 points going into half and come out and play good defense. Almost blocked by Portland. Actually took out the placeholder, but 36-yard kick from Larry Barr is good. Arizona's going to have to kick it back to Portland. They will have probably run out the clock during the turn.
Yeah, there's no shame in taking a knee at this point. You're down less than a score. Your offense has been playing fair to middling. Your defense has been outstanding, at least up until this most recent couple of drives by Ashley Jackson in Arizona. Don't do anything crazy. Take a knee, live to fight another day. Or another half, as it were.
So kick from Larry Barr is away. 1 yard into the end zone. Returner's going to bring it out. 3 seconds remaining. And so there will be time remaining on this clock. Portland's going to have to take a shot if they elect to do so from their own 21-yard line. South coming out onto the field with 113 yards passing, 9 of 15. Ezekiel Love had the huge 54-yard touchdown run, but 71 yards on the day so far. Portland split back shotgun. 2 receivers to the left. Arizona playing loose coverage on the outside. Brings pressure up the middle. Well picked up. South evades the pressure, but just throws it away, and that's going to do it for this first half here at the Shipyard in Portland, Oregon, where Arizona has the 20-14 lead, Josh.
Very exciting first half. And a very impressive effort there by Arizona's defense after the 2 straight touchdowns conceded from the Matt's South interception. The Scorpions defense really settled down. Punt, the interception of their own, which led to that second field goal, the one right before the half. And Arizona right now the driver's seat in this matchup, Steven.
Yeah, it's been a heck of a start to this second slate of games in Week 6 of Simulation Football League action. It was a little bit hot to start. Again, I think both teams look to put a little bit of dynamite in their playbook, and both teams are continuing to take the shots. It's leading to some turnovers, but it's really both defense capitalizing on the offense, both offense being aggressive. So it's been a shootout, and it's anybody's ball game. Still close, only 6-point lead for Arizona. Portland playing very well at home. They just got to figure out a way to extend some drives and put some points on the board and find a way to fight for their home crowd here. The explosive plays from James Hands, though, as you see the return, the reception touchdown there, it's just they've got to find a way to slow those things down, keep getting a hand on the ball and committing those turnovers. Will be a big key for Portland to come away with the win here at home.
They managed 5 turnovers in the first half and it seems kind of silly to think that they could manage 5 in the second half or even more than that. I would really like to see them capitalize on the opportunities that they've had, and we saw them there late in the first half. They had an opportunity to get it down the field and then had an interception of their own. And if you're the Portland defense, you got to be thinking, we've come up with all of these opportunities for you, and you haven't been able to manage them, save for this one here that we're seeing by Benjamin Warner. What an outstanding run to take that one to the house. But by and large, these interceptions have not resulted in points for the Portland offense. And if they want to take command of this game in the second half, Steven, that's got to change.
Absolutely, absolutely. And if you're Arizona and you're off, I'd like to see maybe DJ Moses get a little more involved now. With a lead, you want to play a little bit more conservative. I think, come out, sure, take your shots. But also, DJ Moses is only looking at 10 totes so far this game, but he's got 5 receptions. So let Moses chew up the clock, run out some, chew up some yards and get, help lead your team to a victory here. Ashley Jackson's had a fine performance, but you got to find a way to limit the turnovers when you have the. So I expect Arizona to maybe come out a little bit more conservative here in the second half. But like you said, Josh, Portland really has to find a way to capitalize on the mistakes when Arizona.
At the end of the day, Ashley Jackson really is embodying the identity of this Arizona Scorpions, not just the offense, but the team in general. As we see the interception there by Vernon Smith, the 4th, that is the second one of the half. But back to Jackson, she's going to do whatever she wants to do and whatever the Scorpions allow her to do. And that involves throwing the ball down the field. We're going to see a lot more shotgun formations and a lot more deep passes, in my opinion, before this thing is over.
Oh, yeah. They definitely like those shotgun formations for sure. And, again, Ashley showed a great short-term memory there in the first half. And sometimes you do. Sometimes you just throw some receptions and defenders make great plays. You've got to forget that. Understand that you made a mistake, but don't let it get your confidence down. And Jackson showing here that it definitely hadn't affected her in this ball game. We're underway here to start the second half. Portland's going to receive the ball, get it out to their own 24-yard line.
And if you're Matt South, you got to get Art Vandelay involved. You got to get the rest of your receiving core involved. And it can't just be the Benjamin Warner show. It's got to be a team effort here, and Matt South has to start distributing. And no better time than the present.
From the 24-yard line, Arizona, 8 men in the box, and South recognizes it and looking to change the play. One receiver to the right side. It's going to be a handoff to Love, who shifts to the outside, trying to find some room, and it's going to lose a yard. Gamble was there to make the tackle loss.
Iverson Gamble, what a game he had last week with 3 defensive touchdowns, had the pick 6, had 3 interceptions, and it comes up with a TFL there, showing some versatility between last week and this effort so far today.
The loss of yards. Now Portland come out in a shotgun. Love, sidecar left, 3 wide receivers to the left. South fires to the left side. Nice spin move upfield, but the line judge says that the receiver stepped out of bounds, sets up a 3rd and 2.
And now South has an opportunity to keep the drive going. And if you're Portland, what do you think is the best way to do that? Is it by putting the ball in the air or by going back to Ezekiel Love? If they do go to Love, I want to see them keep it in between the tackles, run it up the middle. That's where the most success for him has been so far.
I was going to say, I have a feeling they're going to try to hit Love on the outside, in the flats. South in the shotgun, back to throw. Love stayed in to block. Post route, jumped by Eddie Gage, gets the interception.
And Donnie Hands with his hands on his hips, just beside himself. Not only at the result, but probably also the decision to throw it here over the middle. And Eddie Gage, the living legend in the SFL, 69 interceptions coming into the game. Nice, but now makes it 70 with that effort there. And Arizona, with the lead, will take over on offense.
This is a chance for your offense now. This is exactly how Arizona started their first half on their first possession, turned it over. And Arizona flips the script here in the second half as DJ Moses gets a handoff left side on a stretch play for 2 yards. Bob Funk is there to.
And I thought Moses was going to break that way. He shrugged off Mel Davis. Managed to turn it into positive yardage nonetheless, but absolutely had to work for it. Davis had him dead to rights and just couldn't bring him down.
Things heating up on FTF Twitch. Vancouver 20-17 fourth quarter. Close ball game there. Here, Ashley Jackson hands off to Moses on a stretch play left side and back to the line of scrimmage. Bernard Patterson there to help make the tackle.
Derek Majors in on the effort as well, the second-year cornerback, 5'10", 216. Very agile play. We've not called his name much tonight, but manages to bring Moses down, make it a 3rd and long for Arizona.
Now the aggressive tendency coming out. Jackson alone in the empty in the shotgun. Quick drop. Portland was bringing pressure, but Jackson able to find the open receiver. It's Donnie Hands on the right side, down the sideline. Touchdown, Arizona.
And that is what happens when Ashley Jackson unleashes the dragon. Donnie Hands ran under that ball. And let's watch the replay here. Portland, they've got to be thinking, 5 interceptions. We'll go ahead and get another one. And we see the effort by the defender. I think that was Chris Statch trying to get himself another interception, but overplays it. Donnie Hands catches it and just runs it in. An uncontested run after a contested catch. And now Arizona cruising here in the second half of this game.
Listen, touchdown play. We have an 89-yard touchdown pass, a 74-yard touchdown pass, a 54-yard rushing touchdown, a 46-yard touchdown pass, and that play right there was a 56-yard touchdown pass. I mean, this could be the most plays of 40-plus yards for touchdowns in a game. This is just dynamite everywhere, all over the field, as Larry Barr gets the extra point up and through. So now 27-14, Arizona with the lead.
And the weird thing about this, Steven, is that we're seeing some great defense. I mean, obviously the interceptions by Portland, but we're seeing TFLs for both teams. We're seeing sacks for both teams. The defenses are getting after it. It's just these mild breakdowns that's causing these earth-shattering plays that are allowing either team to score from anywhere on the field.
An absolute pleasure to call these kinds of games when you get the chance to see the dynamite explode and be a part of that, man. It's great. This has been a fun one, hasn't it, Josh?
I've really enjoyed myself, Steven, but also I just really like hanging out with you. You're my kind of guy.
Hey, there we go. Ditto, my friend. And so if you want to keep up with the SFL and its teams on social media, you can find us at Simulationfl. Follow and subscribe to all our channels, which is on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. From teams to podcasters, final scores to major highlights, SFL Social has you covered. Ezekiel Love out to the right side, going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. Iverson Gamble there to make the tackle.
And once again, Mount South seems reluctant to get the ball down the field. And we're seeing Love on the flat again, this time for no gain. I admire the prudence, but at some point, you got to open up the throttle a little bit. You're down 2 scores. You got to get the ball down the field.
Yeah, I'd like to take one of those shots. Maybe find Benjamin Warner behind a safety somewhere. South, 3-step drop. Checks down Love, left side. Spins upfield. Nice move made. And 7 yards gain. Joey Tropicana there to make the tackle.
And I think that was Everett Garrison who swooped in and missed right there, allowing Love to get more positive yardage, making it 3rd and manageable.
Yeah. So 3rd and 3. 3rd and 3 for Portland on their own 29-yard line. South with a split backfield. Love gets the handoff up the middle. Good blocking and drags the defenders for the first. Eddie Gage there to help Mark Mello drag down.
And a successful short yardage play for Portland. And that's something they've got to keep under their hats, or in the backs of their minds at least, as this game evolves. If they are able to get down the field and score and make this close, they're going to need successful short yardage plays just like that one.
Split back. Arizona, 9-10 men in the box for Arizona, and Portland runs the ball, gets 1 yard.
Portland sticking with the run. Time is not a factor at this point. They are down 13 points, but there is a lot of ball game left. And Portland seems intent on sticking with their game plan. And so far, I applaud the move. It's sticking with this run-heavy formation also.
Now in the I formation, dive play, Love spins up the field and call it 7 yards on that carry.
And if you're Arizona on the defensive side, there's not cause for concern just yet. You don't want to give up the big play. You look at the contours of this game and all the big plays that you just mentioned, Steven. That's the chief thing you want to defend against. And if you happen to give up a 5 or 6 yard run on second down, that's not the end of the world at this point.
Single back, split left. 2 wide receivers to the left side. It's going to be a handoff, stretch play right side. Love gets the first down. Pays a price, though, is Tropicana and Loveless there to make.
And Tropicana coming up and putting the wood to Ezekiel Love. Love managed to reach the line to gain. I'm not sure that he had it. My opinion does not matter. The officials do, and they said he got it.
Spotted at the Portland 43-yard line. Again, split left. This same play, handoff right side, stretches, and this time loses the yard. Tropicana all over that one.
Yeah, and that was number 73, Art Wimberly, the center, who whiffed on a block there and left Love wide open for getting hit by Tropicana. And Tropicana just throwing caution to the wind at this point. He knows they're going to run it. He's coming in with his ears pinned back, and he's ready to get some running back. And I say, why not?
So now 2nd and 11. Now Portland in a shotgun split back. 2 wide receivers up at the top of your screen. South going to fire down the middle. Post route is open and caught. It's going to be taken in. Can he be tackled? No. Touchdown Portland. A 42-yard touchdown, 58-yard touchdown pass for Portland.
And that is unbelievable. We just talked about how you didn't want to give up the big play. And look who it is. Art Vandelay. Money for people. Catching that ball, beats the entire defense, and now can him two-hand that ball. There's no way he's letting go of that one. His first reception of the night, of the afternoon, I should say, is a good one. And it puts Portland within a score in this ball game so far, Steven.
Yeah, Vandelay now with his 2nd touchdown, and it came at a great time for this Feet offense. Crowd is loving it. Everybody on their as Portland's fighting their way back in this ball game. Extra point attempt, good snap, good hold, and good kick. Now 21-27. Fantastic play. Just, again, I keep saying it, but dynamite everywhere, Josh. 58-yard touchdown pass on an 8-play, 79-yard drive for the Fleet.
And astounding, Vandelay Industries back open for business, and you wonder if there might have been some complacency. Portland opened that drive with a lot of running. Ezekiel Love got a lot of volume. And then Matt South decides to unleash the dragon and finds Vandelay tearing up the middle of the field, right in the middle of that cover 2. And Portland pulls within a score as Arizona takes over, now with a renewed sense of urgency to either take some time off the clock or put points on the board or both.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to keep opening up and going downfield. I mean, me personally, I'd like to chew up some clock and again, protect the lead. But, Ashley Jackson, I think, is feeling really good here in this ball game, and they want to take the shots. We'll see if they continue to do so. In the shotgun, Moses sidecar left, 4 wide receivers spread for the Scorpions. A little bit of a low snap, play action fake, fires deep down the middle.
Wow.
Pass Jake. Oh, what the hell is that? Donnie Hands with a 75-yard touchdown play. Josh, this is amazing.
You've got to be kidding me. Where is the Portland defense on this? We just talked about how you don't want to give up the big play. And then here comes Donnie Hands. Runs through all his defenders. Who's got him? Who's got him? And you see 34, Sean Allen thinking, oh man, maybe I've got him. No, you don't. Donnie Hands takes it to the house. And another long throw from Ashley Jackson. This one right on the money, Steven.
Man, and just Sean Allen had bumped up a little bit his zone, and it allowed Donnie Hands to just blow right by him. And just there was nobody within 7-10 yards of him when he made the catch, and then nobody could catch him. Arizona, got the heat turned up on him a little bit there, and they just calm, cool, collected, and respond right back.
And you saw it on the replay. That was an outstanding route. Donnie Hands running at full speed that entire time. And Ashley Jackson probably concerned about underthrowing Donnie Hands. But they made the connection. And now Arizona extends their lead.
Bar, with the extra point. 21-34, Arizona with the lead. 5 minutes remaining still in this ball game.
In the third quarter.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, in the third quarter. And if, with Larry Barr setting the ball up on the I want to let you know that the SFL broadcast team is looking to add new talent to our ranks of broadcasters. Applications are being accepted now to try out for either play-by-play or analyst broadcasting position. No prior experience required, just a love for the game and desire to succeed. The application can be found on our website at simulationfl.net/broadcast. Portland gets to return out to the 26-yard line. Go ahead, Josh.
I was going to say, if we can do it, I mean, why can't you do it?
Absolutely. And it's
Get in there and take your cuts.
Yeah, it helped me get over my fear of public speaking. It's been a really good opportunity. It's been a really fun exercise, and I really enjoy it. I look forward to it every week.
And it's a great group. Outstanding community.
Matt South alone under center. Fires out left side. Pass is going to be caught. Dropped in well over the, looked like the dime back over there, as Valentin able to secure the target and get a 7-yard gain.
And that is a great start to the drive for Valentin and for Matt South. You get your team into a 2nd and short. And everything I said about the last drive still applies. The clock is not your enemy at this point, but you do need to get the ball down the field. And Matt South, after getting a touchdown on the last drive and then watching his defense give up one up to Arizona, obviously feeling a sense of urgency now.
High form tight end flip. They run the counter play left side, but met in the backfield. Loses 2 yards. Joey Tropic tackle loss along with Max Knight.
Yeah, and Max Knight took advantage of the pulling guard, that vacancy left there. Managed to get in there for a TFL. Max Knight doing some work in the trenches today.
6 tackles for loss on the. It's good for 23rd and the lead. Add one more there. South split back shotgun. Nobody coming on pressure. Fires down the middle. Pass is going to be caught. Knocked over the ref in the process. Eddie Gage saves the touchdown. Big play made by Art Vandelay. Oh no!
Oh, and Vandelay's down.
Down on his shoulder. Eddie Gage dragged him down from behind, and the way he fell on his shoulder coming down, I think it's going to be an upper body. Josh.
And Vandelay, on only his 2nd catch of the game, was nearly off to the races. And Gage manages to grab him by the hip, and then you see him put the whole body weight into the back of Art Vandelay, who landed awkwardly. And I wonder if we've seen the last of Art Vandelay as he eclipsed the 100-yard mark on his 2nd catch of the game, and it may be his last catch of the game.
Big play target for the Fleet offense. We'll get you an injury update as soon as we can. Single back formation. Arizona out in the 4-3 defense. Pass caught right side for a 5-yard gain.
And Warner again.
Go ahead, Josh.
Oh, I'm sorry. Warner again working that sideline. And now Matt South probably feels compounded concern to take advantage of this field position, not only because of the score, but because of the loss to Vandelay, at least for now.
Trips bunch to the left for South. Deep drop, fires left side. Out route is open and caught and turned upfield down to the Arizona 10-yard line. Pushed out of bounds by Everett Garrison.
And again, working that sideline. And South taking advantage of the matchup from Jean Valentin at 6'1", 210. Not the tallest wide receiver, but certainly not the slowest. Showing a little squirrely nature there. Getting open and getting out of bounds.
Matt South right now averaging 9.7 yards per attempt. So both teams looking to take the intermediate to deep shots down the field. First and goal, handoff to Ezekiel Love. Right side gets a yard.
And this is where the calculus changes at this point in the field. The defenders are more compact. The windows to throw are a lot tighter. And the big shots that we've been seeing all game, Steven, need not apply at this point of the field because the real estate just is not there.
Yeah, and it really, the back of the end zone creates a barrier for the offense. Really helps the defense out. So South changing his approach, checking down to the flats, the running back. He's able to get down to the 7-yard line for a 2-yard.
And showing some conservative nature there. Matt South going to the flats again for Love. And you wonder if at 3rd and goal from 7 yards out, if we're going to see something similar to that, or will they actually take a shot into the end zone?
In the SFL red zone. Just over 2.5 minutes remaining in this third quarter. South, back to throw, back of the end zone, left side pass. Oh, just misses. Valentine on the left side, back of the end zone. Everett Garrison was the nearest defender in coverage.
And I like the decision. You want to throw the ball in the end zone. And Valentine runs behind the defender, and just an impressive effort there by Garrison, who I thought was going to come up with that ball. But nonetheless, he keeps points off the board, and now looks like Portland is going to try a field goal here, which I think is the correct decision at this point.
Yeah, only down 6. Plenty of time left in this ball game. 3 points just get you 3 points closer. The way your defense has been playing, I mean, you're giving up some points, but also you're creating turnovers, keeping yourself in the ball game. So I like it. Give yourself the points, come out and fight on defense. Arizona bringing the pressure, but the field goal is going to get through up and good. Now 24-34.
And now it falls on the Portland defense, who's given up 410 passing yards, but only 25 yards on the ground. And obviously the interception's a factor at this point, but you can't expect to go to that well again and expect to have the ball fall in your lap. You've got to get a 3 and out. You got to get your team the ball back.
Kick is away for Portland. McCall's going to field this one at his own goal line. Brings it out, cuts it to the right, gets out to the Arizona 2.
And that's fair starting field position for Arizona, who now I think does not want to do anything wild or crazy. And every time I've said that, I've seen Ashley Jackson line up in shotgun. So I'll just say, let's see what they do on first down.
First down, she's under center, split single back. 2 wide receivers to the left for Jackson. Takes the shot down the sideline to the right, and it's going to be knocked away. Chris Stash in coverage. Donnie hands the target.
And the crazy thing is that Donnie Hands was open, and Jackson just underthrew that ball to the point where Stash could get an arm on it. If she airs that thing out a little bit, Donnie Hands is gone for another touchdown. That said, great play by Stash to keep the ball out of the hands of the receiver.
On second down, Arizona in the split back shotgun. Portland showing the nickel deep. Jackson with pressure coming. She moves around to the pocket to the left. Nice completion to TJ Punk and gets the first down in 12 yards. Bob Funk's one to push Punk out of bounds.
Yeah, Funk on Punk. And Punk trying to get out of bounds again, as we saw in the first quarter on that out route. And Punk taking a little contact that time. There'll be a Dr. Seuss book written about Funk on Punk, but as it stands, it's a first down for the Scorpions.
Good pocket work by Ashley Jackson, creating time and giving herself the opportunity to complete the pass. From the 39-yard line, Jackson throws to Moses out of the backfield. He's going to get 5 yards before he's brought down.
And staying in bounds, and that's what you'd like to see. This is a good time to start working on the clock, especially from this end of the field. You could take a fair bit of time, away from Portland, even if you don't score any points here, just by moving the ball down the field and keeping the ball carrier in bounds.
Split back shotgun. Looks like a pro set. Portland showing blitz. They back off in coverage. Jackson firing deep down the middle. Pass is going to be intercepted. Bob Funk again coming up big for his defense here today. Here's an interception. Gives Fleet a chance to score.
And that is interception number 6 on the day for Ashley Jackson. And you can see Funk nearly backing into the back judge. And instead, James Hand's not able to get to the ball, falls down. Funk is there, and Funk able to run it back. And Portland's defense doing exactly what they needed to do, Steven, to get Mount South a chance to pull within 1 score in this game.
Great starting field position at midfield. First down or 2, and you're in plus territory. So we'll see how the Fleet offense handles this. In the shotgun this time. Love sidecar left. South. Down the middle. Post is caught. Already in positive field position. And it's Benjamin Warner who gets the post route completed.
And Benjamin Warner, who's not been a big part of this offense over the course of the season, has found himself in some very high leverage situations today. And you can see this ball right on the money as Warner not only making the catch, but also manages to not get drilled. I think that's Eddie Gage coming across the middle, looking for Warner's head. And Warner does a great job of hanging on to the ball and hanging onto his head. And Portland is moving down the field.
Portland, I-formation tight end flip. Arizona out in the 4-3 defense. Counter play, Ezekiel Love left side. Room to run, gets 8 yards before he's tackled from behind by Joey Tropic.
And Love doing a nice job of just keeping the defense in front of him. Did not blow anybody away with that speed, but at the same time, Scorpion D just could not reach Love to bring him down.
Portland at the SFL red zone. I-formation tight end flip. Counter play right side. Going to be met in the backfield. Good job by the Scorpion. Take a stand there. Iverson Campbell makes the play in the backfield. And an update on wide receiver Art Vandelay out with a fractured arm. But due to the modern miracle that are the SFL doctors, he'll be back this week. No worries.
But what a loss for them this week, especially when your team is behind and you're throwing the ball in the air and you need as much air support as you can get, if you will, to be in a 3 wide receiver set and not have Vandelay. That's going to hurt.
As Love gets the carry on third down, tackle just short. Veteran play made by Eddie Gage there.
And Gage coming up to help on the run, which has been part of the issue. Would love to see Gage stay back and take away the big play instead of worrying about Ezekiel Love.
And that brings us to the end of the third quarter. Arizona with the 34-24 lead over Portland. Portland driving with the ball, but stalls out. They're going to have to settle for 3 points.
I don't love the decision.
Yep. Don't like the decision here, Josh?
I don't love it. They do have time to come back, but now they've got to kick another field goal and get a touchdown. It's still a 2-score game at this point. At 4th and 1, the way these offenses have been humming, I would like to see them take a chance there.
Go. Kick is up and good for Portland from 35 yards. 27-34. And ball's going to be on the tee for Portland. Closing the gap here. Still plenty of time remaining in the fourth quarter.
What a game. Holy smokes.
As McCall, the returner, going to field this one, bring it out to the 20-yard line.
And I have no idea what we're going to see from Ashley Jackson and the Scorpions offense at this point. We have seen the 6 interceptions, but we've also seen 4 touchdown passes. We could see either one of those at this point. And we see Jackson in shotgun on first down.
4 wide receiver spread. They like to take a shot out of this formation. Portland, dime 3-2-6. Play action fake. Jackson down the middle. Pass is caught.
Wow.
Arizona continues to take the deep shot. James continues to answer the call.
Derek Majors, you see Bob Funk there, the free safety. I don't know if Bob Funk was thinking about his next interception. No, he was behind him. James just had him beat. James hands an outstanding post route and gets the Scorpions into plus territory.
Scorpions break huddle. Continuing to show that they want to throw the ball through the air. Portland showing that they want to play the pass. No pressure on the outside by the defensive backs. Thrown underneath, TJ Punk catches the out route for a 4-yard gain.
And Punk taking his time getting up. We all know that he is no fan of contact. And honestly, the way these bodies are flying around, I don't think I would be either. But Punk manages to hang on the ball, get his team into second and medium.
Gary Clem there as Jackson goes under center this time, single back. Back to throw. Shot, wide receivers there. Well defended. Good job by Derek Major, cornerback for Portland, to knock it away.
And I think that was James Hands again, who had a step on Majors. And if Jackson puts that ball more out in front of Hands, that's also gone. We have seen a lot of touchdowns today, Steve, but we've seen 3 or 4 other plays that were very, very close to being touchdowns. I think that was one of them.
And to continue with the aggressiveness. Empty shotgun set for Arizona. Looks like a dime setup for Portland. Jackson, a quick drop down the middle, passes caught. Donnie Hands gets it down to the Portland 19-yard line.
And that is just amazing that he is able to find that much space in the middle of the field. Donnie Hands, and you could see, again, the post route has been there. Just finding his way through that zone. Nobody's covering him at that point because he's riding the seam in between two defenders. And neither one of them able to get him before he makes a big gain.
Arizona was putting a lot of pressure on Shot Allen there in that one. They had two posts coming at him, so he had to pick his poison. And good job by Jackson to recognize the weakness in the defense there. Jackson down the middle, going to be tipped up by Bob Funk and intercepted. Derek Majors steals one away from the Scorpions as they were trying to extend the lead. And Portland still fighting for a chance, only down 7 here in this ballgame.
And that is interception number 7 for Ashley Jackson. You're in the red zone. You got a chance to extend your lead. You're getting points. Funk gets the tip drill. And Derek Majors, second-year player, 5'10", 216, takes the knee in the end zone. You love to see the poise there. And now Portland, remember, they kicked that field goal to go down 13. And so they've got to score 2 touchdowns to get back into this thing. And they've only got a little over 9 minutes to do it.
At South under center. Quick drop, out routes there. Valen sideline runs out of bounds after 5 yards.
And that's a great way to start the drive. Valentine on the out. And you can see, yes, he's getting his team fired up. They know what's in front of him. And they know that their margin for error is dwindling significantly as time passes off that clock.
Portland have to fight for the points. Still 9 minutes remaining. Handoff Love to the left side, stretch play. Good blocking, but gets dragged down just a yard short of the first. Everett Garrison there to make the tackle.
And I believe that is carry number 20 for Ezekiel Love, who is on the cusp of the century mark, 99 yards from scrimmage. And I don't think we will see much more of Mr. Love at this point, at least on the ground, perhaps through the air.
South under center. Love single back split right. South with a pump fake. Looks down the middle. 2 crossing receivers, and neither one of them could get to it. Good coverage by the Scorpion.
Yeah, Lozano Jr. was open there. Nelson Lozano Jr., who has not had a reception so far today. That was his 3rd target. But unfortunate that Lozano did not have his head on a swivel looking for that ball. It would have been right in his vicinity. And now Portland has the punt.
The punter standing on his own 17, 18-yard line. No pressure brought by Arizona, electing to give McCall some help in the return game. McCall makes a move, gets up to the Arizona 39-yard line.
And now Arizona with good field position, up 13 points, a little over 8 minutes remaining. And you have an idea of what I say they should do. But Ashley Jackson is her own woman. She's going to run this offense how she sees fit. And as we see them come out with 3 wide.
Under center. Portland's in the nickel defense. Jackson fires out route left side. Caught. TJ Punk fumbled the ball. It's scooped up by Portland and brought down at the Arizona 39-yard line. Mel Davis is the one who scooped it up.
And that is remarkable.
That's a catch and a fumble.
That's a catch, and I think that will stand on review. And that is number 41. Gary Clem, the rookie, forcing that fumble in a huge spot for his team. Mel Davis scoops it up and puts Portland basically at scoring range to start this drive.
Good punch there to come from behind, knock the ball out. And then good job by the rest of the defense to be aware of where the ball was. Mel Davis up, got a nice yard return on the fumble, or 5-yard return on the fumble. And Portland in plus territories. Matt South under pressure. Oh no, we're going to get sacked. Back at the Arizona 45-yard line, Mark Mello, one who's going to get the sack.
And we've not called Mello's name too much tonight. 7.5 sacks coming into the game. And the 3rd-year man finally notches his first sack of the afternoon.
Portland with the second long, going to come out in a shotgun split set. Arizona in the nickel, bringing pressure. South steps up and fires left side. Pass is going to be caught down to the Arizona 32-yard line.
And I think that is number 85, Gavin Bouvette, non-contract receiver coming up in a big spot. And you could see D.D. Sachs bearing down on South. But Bouvette finds a hole there on the left flat. And what was second at a country mile now becomes third and medium, Steven.
Third and medium. Now in the shotgun, looking probably to target the middle of the field. They've been spamming, looking towards the outside, but maybe looking for the middle of the field here. No, out route is there for Bouvette again. Moves the chains down to the Arizona 22-yard line.
And Bouvette tried to get out of bounds, you saw there, but could not quite make it. Nonetheless, back-to-back catches for Bouvette. And though they're missing Vandelay at this point, Bouvette has to be registering on the enthusiasm algorithm for finally getting a chance to come up in a big way for his team so far this afternoon.
Earning the trust of his quarterback one reception at a time. I formation, tight end flip. Love gets the carry right side, spins up field and gets 4 yards, tackled by TJ Lovely.
And Love at this point is going to have to break one to warrant getting carries in this spot. You're inside the 20-yard line. You don't have a lot of room to throw, but you also don't have a lot of room to run either. And the clock continues to dwindle.
Both of these teams have really been putting up points outside of the SFL red zone as Matt South, scrambling for his life, takes the sack on second down. Brought down at the Arizona 24-yard line. And that's Alex Constantine there to make that sack with a bunch of help.
Bunch of help, a cast of thousands converging on Matt South. The second sack of this drive after getting a big turnover. This is the opposite of what you want. Portland going in the wrong direction here. They need a big play here.
3rd and 12. Shotgun 3, wide receivers down to the over to the left for Matt South. Out route, Bouvette caught, tried to turn up field, but not enough space. Short of the first down, out of bounds at the Arizona 14-yard line.
And that is a big catch, but Bouvette should have had a little bit more of that. And as we're seeing David John trot onto the field, I cannot believe that Portland is going to kick it in this spot with 5.5 minutes remaining.
Yeah, I think they're trusting their defense. I think that that they know that Ashley Jackson is looking to take advantage, and I think that they're putting the coin flip on their defense here to come out and make a stop or give them a turnover. Johns, pressure brought, but field goes up and good, 31-yarder. Now it is a 4-point ball game, 30-34. Still about 5 minutes to go in this one here, Josh.
And the problem there is that the field goal does not help you at all. You're still down 4 points. The field goal won't save you. But now you need a turnover or a stop, and you need to go back down the field without one of your top receivers in Art Vandelay and find the end zone, which, granted, both teams have had some success in doing tonight, Steven.
They have. So McCall, the returner, fields this one about a yard deep in his own end zone, breaks out to the left side and a tackle spin move up the field to the Arizona 27-yard line.
And what does Ashley Jackson have in store for us on this drive? With 5:10 remaining, she have the 7 interceptions and 4 touchdowns and 487 yards passing. A very bipolar, in terms of absolute value, afternoon for Ashley Jackson.
92 QBR. Jackson on the play action fake is going to be sacked, loses yards. Looks like Gary Burney's going to be credited with the sack.
And that is Portland's defense showing up in a big way. And Burney, you could see with that little rip move with the right arm, gets right into Jackson. And if you're Portland, you'd love to see it. This is a big step of getting the ball back on their way to hopefully a 3-and-out for Portland.
Yeah, and feeling good about the choice to make take the field goal, take the points. Looking good there on first down. Ashley Jackson averaging 11.1 yards per attempt here in this ball game. So super aggressive game plan from Arizona today. 5-step drop for Jackson. Fires down the middle. Pass is going to be caught. James Hands gets it down to midfield.
And Hands, remarkably enough, still getting open downfield. And Ashley Jackson, I don't know if we'll see it on the replay or not, was about to take a shot right there, right before she got that ball off. And James Hands managed to beat the defender. That was Shawn Allen again. And Hands has had his number for the better part of the evening.
When Bob Funk is there playing center field, able to capitalize a little bit more, it seems like Ashley Jackson, when she sees Shawn Allen in center field, she's taking those deep shots. We'll see if Portland can cover that up here with only 4 minutes remaining in this ball game. Jackson handoff Moses up the middle, cuts back out to the left side, and 2 yards for Moses.
And that keeps the clock running and gets us down to less than 4 minutes to play in this game. Arizona has gotten away with a lot in terms of turnovers today, but I think a turnover here would spell not certain doom, but would get you in the ballpark if they were to lose the ball at this point.
But Allen playing center field out there for Portland. Jackson under center, one wide receiver top. That's James Hands up there. Moses gets the carry to the left side, breaks the defender, drags the defender, and they're going to mark him short down at the Portland 40-yard line, 3rd and inches.
Well, I think that's a terrible spot. I thought Moses had it, and I was very impressed with the way that he dragged Derek Majors for about 2/3 of that run. Exactly the kind of effort you want from a guy trying to close out a game. And Moses, that is his 14th attempt. You got to think he's got a little bit more in the tank at this point.
4-3 defense for the Fleet. Handoff Moses right side and blown up in the backfield, loses about a yard, and Bernard Patterson there to stop DJ Moses in his track.
And that keeps Arizona out of field goal range. They're at the Portland 41, and they're going to try and coffin this thing. And Brian Clouds with a heavy task right in front of him to give Portland as long a field as he possibly can.
Arizona's punters will let the clock run as much as possible to give Portland as little time as possible. Portland does have all 3 timeouts, but it's going to be a 2-minute drill for the Fleet offense here at home. Try to get the victory. Angling for the coffin corner punt. Well placed just inside the 10-yard line. Good bounce. Rolls out of bounds at the 3-yard line. Mission impossible for the Fleet here, but time to do it. 2:07. Josh, what a punt.
Absolutely amazing punt. And you saw the special teamer, number 42, the sniper got him right before he went down. That was Parker Thomas, who should have been there to down that ball. And then suddenly the calf cramp kicked in. But fortunately, Brian Clouds had the sand wedge, got a little backspin on that ball, rolled out of bounds at the perfect spot for the Scorpions.
Goal deep for the Scorpions. Single back split right for the Fleet. Pressure right out the middle. Pro Matt South, and gets a safety. What a play made by Dede Sachs, his 3rd sack of the night, and it's a safe. My goodness.
And Dede Sachs, you could dance if you want to, my friend. That is the safety dance. And Matt South was looking to chuck this thing downfield. He's got the deep drop, had his eyes downfield, not aware of where Dede Sachs was. And we've seen Dede Sachs coming around the perimeter a lot of those times that he's been getting pressure. And that time he came right up the middle, and South didn't know what hit him.
Yeah, and you got to protect your quarterback. That, I mean, it was a quick drop. He was trying to get rid of it. There was just pressure immediately by Sachs, and Sachs is having a heck of a ball game here today. And that'll bring us to the 2-minute warning here in this Week 6 Simulation Football League action. Arizona with the lead here at the Shipyard in Portland, Oregon. I'm Stephen Hackert. He's Josh Zirkle. Down in the stats truck is Art Vandelay and Mark Mello. Back at SFL headquarters, Commissioner and producer Cameron Irvine. Ashley Jackson, split back formation, hands off to DJ Moses. Room to run, great blocking, cuts it out to the left side. Chris Stash there to make the tackle, drags Moses down at the Portland 5-yard line.
Unbelievable run by Moses, who just managed to find that left side. And let's watch the replay here. You can see just a cluster of bodies. Then Moses emerges, and a big block there from the pulling guard, I believe. And now it's a foot race with Chris Stash, and Stash barely gets the better of it, tackling Moses at the last possible second.
Timeout was by Portland. Stop the clock there. As Ashley Jackson in the split back under center. Portland in a 4-3 defense. Handoff left side for Moses. Makes a move up the field 4 yards. Portland is their second timeout.
And now Portland with 1 timeout left will be able to stop the clock on second down. But that may not be enough to coerce Ashley Jackson at this point to throw it on third down. And so if they do get the ball back here, they're looking at having maybe a minute left if they're fortunate, and probably not even that much.
Wrapping up elsewhere in the Simulation Football League, Moses gets the carry on second down, gets 2 yards. Wrapping up other SFL action, Baltimore in overtime beats Vancouver at home in Vancouver 30-27. And here in Portland, the Fleet are down at home 30-30 as Arizona is driving, trying to take as much clock off as they can on a 3rd and 4 from the Portland 19-yard line in the SFL red zone. Jackson's going to go under center, Twins to the left side. Portland in a 4-3 defense. Handoff, Moses left side, follows his blocker, spins upfield, and the spot is for a first down at the Portland 14-yard line.
And that is a daring call to go outside by Moses, a call by the Scorpions. And Moses, again, getting outstanding blocking.
We're going to see Arizona in the victory formation here with enough downs and not enough clock. So they're going to kneel on this one, even though they're inside the red zone, protect the lead, and walk out of Portland with the victory.
And if you're Arizona,
go ahead, Josh.
No, I was going to say, if you're Arizona right now, you got to be feeling great after a win against Las Vegas, who was 500. You beat them on the road, and now you come into Oregon, and you beat a Portland team that's still trying to get their footing in the season as well. And now Ashley Jackson, you weather the storm, 7 interceptions, but you throw for 516 yards, and you come out with a victory. That's got to be a great feeling for the Scorpions.
Yeah, over-under on this game was 51.5. Total score gets us there. We're at the over. Spread on this game was Portland 7.5, so that's there, yep. And Ashley Jackson kneels on this one, and that's going to wrap it up. 20 seconds remaining, 35 on the play clock. Ashley Jackson, a heck of a performance today here, Josh. 500-plus passing yards, 4 touchdowns, had a host of interceptions, but it didn't matter. Played pretty clean, 96 QBR, averaging 11.5 yards and just looking to throw the ball downfield all game long, Josh.
Yeah, and there were a couple of situations where the defense bailed her out as well. They had 5 sacks on Matt South, including one for a safety by D.D. Sachs. So the defense getting involved there as well. And just a very impressive team effort. DJ Moses, 19 carries and had 76 yards. And some of those were the biggest ones coming at the end of the game. And a great effort from everybody in Arizona. And Portland, I would have liked to see them throw the ball a little bit sooner. They certainly missed Art Vandelay when he was unavailable for most of the second half. But a great game, certainly a fun game to watch, but a heated contest between two teams. And Arizona very fortunate to come out of Portland with a win.
Yeah, shout out both the Hans brothers. Donnie over 200 yards, James just short. Both of them with 7 receptions. Donnie with 3 touchdowns. James with 1. The long on Donnie Hans touchdown, 75 yards. James Hans had an 89-yard touchdown. Again, I want to hit on some of these big plays that were in this game, Josh. There was an 89-yard touchdown pass to start off the action, 74-yard touchdown pass, 54-yard touchdown run by Love, 46-yard touchdown pass, a 56-yard touchdown pass, a 58-yard touchdown pass, and a 75-yard touchdown pass. Nobody scored 6 points inside the SFL red zone. Everything was a big play in this one.
Yeah, and you really got to give it up for Mark Mello and Art Vandelay in our stats truck, who had to document all this stuff. They probably needed another spool of paper, another laptop, another spreadsheet, everything to document this game, which was just absolutely bananas from start to finish. Big plays, big action, a lot of turnovers, and a lot of scoring, too. We don't often get one of these in the SFL, but this was a fun one, Steven.
Absolutely. And next week on the Simulationfl Twitch, our Week 7 will wrap up. And so every weekend, Saturday and Sunday, you can check out Simulation Football League action And today was just an example of the dynamite and the explosiveness that these offenses in the league can provide. A well-played ball game on both sides of the ball. It's been a fantastic day. Still more action here to wrap up. I just can't wait, man. This one's got me pumped up. I'm feeling good. I saw the score on the Baltimore-Vancouver game. That's got me pumped up. So, I'm really good about this Sunday slate of games here in the Simulation Football League, Josh.
Well, as far as player of the game, Steven, I got to go with D.D. Sachs, who had the safety, who came up with clutch tackles, 3 sacks overall in the game, and really would signify what Arizona's defense was able to do in the face of 4 interceptions. Usually that spells certain doom for any team at this point, but not for Arizona and not for certainly D.D. Sachs.
Now in for our player of the game, Arizona wide receiver Donnie Hands for his 220-yard, 7-catch, 3-touchdown performance, averaging 31.4 yards a catch. And for Josh Zirkle, I'm Stephen Hacker, down in the stats truck for Art Vandelay and Mark Mello, back at SFL headquarters for producer Cameron Irvine. We've been the Simulation Football League. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week.